Hello, it is Shark Week. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can make an underwater scene using a Ziploc bag and some Sharpies. So this is what it's going to look like. You can kind of see, it's hard to see what all is under there. So we are also going to make a flashlight. And if you put your flashlight in your scene, you can explore everything there is under the water. Just like this. So many cool things to see under the ocean. And it's really dark down there, so you definitely need the flashlight to see it. Alright, so this is what you're going to need to make this craft. You're going to need a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, a piece of black construction paper that you'll need to cut down so that it will fit inside, and then 2 large sheets of white paper. What I did with this white paper is I pre-drew the scene on here, and then I'll show you how we're going to transfer that onto the bag. And then on the other sheet is going to be our flashlight. And then the last thing you'll need is an assortment of Sharpies. Permanent markers are going to be the best because if you use regular markers on the Ziploc bag, they're just going to smear and they won't stay very well. You will also need a pair of scissors in order to cut out the paper and cut out the flashlight. So, as I said, I pre-drew, I don't know if you can see, I pre-drew my scene on this paper. And what I'm going to do is I am going to put it inside the bag. You don't have to do this step. If you want to just go ahead and draw on directly on the Ziploc bag, that's fine. I just found it was a little bit easier to get an idea of what I want to draw as a guide. So now we have it inside like this. Then we're going to take our Sharpies and then draw on the outside of the bag. So let's see, I'm going to start with this. We're going to separate and do the bottom of the ocean as well as the top of the ocean. Or not the top, the water part, and then this is going to be the bottom. You can decorate with any type of fish, marine, sea life that you want to do. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start coloring it in. One thing that I found is if you outline everything in black first and then put the colors in there, it does get a little bit smudgy. So I would recommend doing the colors and then adding the outline when you're done. I have this side over here, and now I'm going to go in and add my black to make it pop out a little bit more. You can be as creative as you want with the colors. Make it bright and exciting. Add any type of sea life that you want. Okay, so you can see it's starting to take shape. Okay, now that we have our Ziploc bag all colored in, we are going to switch out the white paper for the black paper. And now you have a nice dark underwater scene. Now it's time to make the flashlight. When you do this, you want to make sure that the flashlight and the beam are going to be at least as long as your Ziploc bag. That way when you put the flashlight in, you can reach all of the corners. So I have mine already drawn out. For the beam of it, you want to make sure that you angle out away because that will make it a wider area like a real flashlight beam. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. And now we have it like this. So you're all set. You can take your flashlight, put it inside the bag, but on top of the black. And you can move your flashlight around and you can see all of the fun things to discover under the water. All right, so thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this craft.